Welcome Libra to your October 2020 tarot reading and forecast. It's great to see the subscribers back again. Always good to see you. We have great fun here, don't we? And I was going to say that if there's anything that you're worried about or you've got decisions to make, you're not clear about what's going on in the background, you can consult me. And to do that, just check out the information that's in the description box below. But for now, we're going to do your monthly reading. And in that respect, I'm going to take 5 cards and we shall see what they have to say for you. So let's get that underway now. And what is the first one? Let's have a look at this. There is the Knight of Swords. Great, 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 great. The Knight of Swords. There is the Ten of Wands. Okay, what else might there be in here? Something from where? Something from here? Let's see what this is, shall we? What is that? Justice. Something around this way. The Eight of Wands. I'll take from the top or the bottom, do you think? One night from the bottom, eh? There's the Three of Cups. All right. As is usual, come on, we'll have a look at these cards together, see what they mean for me, and I'll do the reading for you. Next month's reading will be published on Wednesday the 7th of October at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. What a fantastic set of cards. Look, I'm going to take this one here first. I'm just drawn to the painting on this, the Ten of Wands. You know, there's a lot of religious sacred works from different parts of the world. And one of the sacred worlds in the Christian tradition, at any event, is called the Book of Revelation. Now, in chapter 6, verse 1, the text there says, if I'm not mistaken, I watched as the Lamb opened the first of the 7 seals. Then I heard one of the 7 living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come!" I looked, and there before me was a white horse. Its ruler held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror bent on conquest. Well, that's what that image evokes for me. Wheels within wheels. The Ten of Wands is the wheel of fire. It is creative and destructive, powerful and transformative. It is heroic and noble, but can sometimes be prone to corruption and tyranny. Wands are our divine spark, our life force and energy. We are given something perfect and pure, then over time it becomes our responsibility to direct it in a way that is good and benefits the world and achieves our personal potential. Even the ancient Greek philosopher Plato knew that any person was not just driven alone by this divine spark, but also by the black horse, and would struggle greatly, would achieve greatness only briefly before falling back down. Failing and falling are okay, and part of our being, and will be part of the whole cycle. No hero or heroine becomes great unscathed or without scars, or some darkness which enters their heart. Failure, destruction, shattering, being singed to a crisp. These things are all on the outside of the wheel. But in the center, your soul is immortal and pure. Hold on to that idea amidst the shifting and changing energy around you. Remember that this is the courageous heart of the lion in the center. Stay there and let the ups and downs spin around you. Remember always, burdens are the foundations of ease, and bitter things the forerunner of pleasure. Now this is Saturn ruling the third decan of Sagittarius, that 13th to the 22nd of December. Sagittarius wants to expand and express its optimism and spiritual side. And Saturn, as you probably have the idea, is all about restriction, and so it represses the expansive nature of Sagittarius. So we've got some sort of a problem astrologically here. And so I think what this is talking about is perhaps you being overburdened by things, perhaps taking on too much, feeling the pressure you might feel for a moment that you have no control over circumstances which are around you, or you may even find that you are a victim of your own success. It's almost as if your will to do something is being blocked, and no matter how hard you try, you can't achieve something. Now, frustration, anger, and irritability can result. And this is the result of the suppression that is within you. Sometimes there is the temptation to lose faith in yourself and your ability to get what you want, but you must not. These other energies here are showing that you are being pushed forward. Now, sometimes this can represent an actual person putting someone down and dominating their spirit. I certainly hope that that is not you. Whether you are consciously repressing yourself or not, recognize that there is much more which you would like to express, to experience, enjoy, and celebrate. Dare. There are some things you have always wanted to say to certain people. What are those things, and who are those people? Libra, you know how to do that at this time. You can, for the time being, just for yourself, express those things right now. And say to yourself, I have the right to follow my feelings and life impulses. But when you are going to follow those life impulses, do make sure that the ideas that you come up with can be turned into something tangible. Now let's have a look at this one here. This is sitting opposite that last card. This is the Knight of Swords. Now a knight esoterically is air, and swords is the suit of air. So we have the airy part of air. And so we have the idea of mind turning over thought, tripping over thought. But looking at this image here, this Knight of Swords is the sun, as in the star, and the sun, as in the personal relationship. His lion mask is a symbol for the sun, and the golden light radiates, streams from out of it. Anytime you say that something exists in the sky, in the heavens, it really exists inside, in your heart and self, in the spiritual, unseen universe of energy. The mouth of the lion and man are the doorway in and out of the abyss, where the universe is created and where you feed yourself with food, water, and breathe life into yourself. And out of that abyss comes the creative word and logos. Now I suspect that the people who are going to be important to you at this time are Aquarius and Capricorn. This represents to me a young man, but of course it could be a woman, the genders are interchangeable, who is intellectual, full of ideas and plans, very clever, but can be unstable. And the person can be domineering, can be elusive, and hard to pin down. But for you, I think that this talks about a time of you having expanded intuition, creative thinking, cutting through all entanglements, becoming free of limited ideas and models, a clear perception. Now, there's lots of air in this person here, lots of air. So the thing here is, if you look at the way he's riding this owl, There's no hands on any reins or anything like that. And so the impulse that I have from this is to say that direction in any particular direction that he moves in tends to be accidental. It's almost as if he is out of control at the moment. But when he is control and uses his creative process, it works well, but it is important to ensure that it be grounded and practical, and that the fruit has the opportunity to blossom. Now, this is someone who is intelligent, I think. So I think you are obviously intelligent, of course. Someone who loves thinking, questioning, and even philosophizing, I'd say. Good at creating ideas quickly. But the temptation, I think, at this time might be to move on without developing them. Now, his intellect can be draining to those who can't keep up with him. I think you'll be independent, private. Some people might find you difficult to get to know, you know. And there's even some people who could. So be careful, find that you lack emotional warmth or empathy. It can indicate a need to slow down and analyze your thoughts to see if something practical can be gained from them. Free yourself from whatever limits your mind and spirit. Be sure you express your ideas and plans in ways that other people will understand. Accept their opinions humbly. Your thinking may be way ahead of its time, but you can adjust to make your vision workable in the present without sacrificing anything. You might ask yourself, what beliefs, feelings, relationships, or programmed ideas do you allow to limit you? Say to yourself, my creative possibilities have no limits. But I think that you will get things moving as a result of those thoughts, and they will be practical, and then it will be the time for you to make a decision and act. Now let's have a look. Is this card talking about anything? Is there going to be a good result from those thoughts that you are having? Let's have a look at this picture here. Well, art. This is art, isn't it? And art describes that which is vague. The wings of the lion are open, and robes of the magician, I suppose, from the tarot, are being opened, exposing his inner core. Having stolen the fire from the gods, taken possession of your own soul, the magician rises again like the phoenix from you, showing his true form, a blazing star of your full potential, with 1 foot in time and 1 in eternity. The soul, however, lives in eternity, which counts no time, and so was there all along, carrying you while you slept in the dream world of dual reality. The 4 tails of this phoenix are the 4 elements, I suppose. All the elements here are purely and simply like the primary colors: the sleeper and the lion, the hand of man and the paw of an animal, the spirit and the body. This is the wedding of opposites, really, and it is the marriage of the temporal body with the eternal one, bringing them together, expanding consciousness into both, and all becoming aware of the majestic and powerful self you truly are, your own potential. Now, from the outside, it appears that God is carrying you home, but on the inside, it is you who have to become the God and carry yourself. You live to know yourself, your angels, and your demons. Even the most enlightened have a shadow side. They simply accept, integrate, and make the best use of their dark sides and their faults. Know it all. It is all part of your genius, the greatness of each individual. Work, earn, know thyself, create thy reality, become thy greatest potential, ground wishes with action. Be the crux of the real and the sublime, accomplishing thy highest task. Now, the energy also that is here is that of, let me have a look at it. It's down in this position here, isn't it? It is Mercury ruling the first decan of Sagittarius. This is the Lord of swiftness. Now, Mercury in Sagittarius, well, Mercury is the planet of communication, and Sagittarius has the swiftness of the arrow. And this produces, I think, in you a restless intellect. I think what we have here for you is clear, direct, swift communication, and you overcoming misunderstandings. So these ideas of thoughts tripping over one over the other, that was mentioned in this card here, are being turned to practical, profitable use. You will be coming to the point where you find that you are overcoming obstacles. You'll find that events are moving fast, blockages are going to be removed, and I see opportunities are quickly arriving, and the manifestation of results from your thinking is coming into being. Now, it is clear to me that you can transform any situation, problem, or obstacle by taking swift action with direct communication to resolve it. This is really a strike while the iron is hot type of energy. It highlights the need for clear communication to manifest the things you want in your life. This talks about the refinement of energy. So you need to be clear with others in order for things to manifest for the highest good. And I do think you can expect to be busy, as there's a lot of energy propelling you forward to your goals here. I think that you might quickly complete projects or tasks that you have at hand at the time. But what is important, I think here, is that you determine where your energy will be directed and then get on with it. I think the moment has come for you to define where you stand. If you are open and remain centered, misunderstandings will be cleared. Is there anyone to whom you do not dare to openly state where you stand? Use this opportunity to open yourself up more to those people who mean something to you. Talk to them. My openness and self-confidence opens the hearts of those I love. That should be your mantra. Well, let's have a look at these waterfalls down here, shall we? You go back over here for the time being. Thank you very much for the messages that you gave my friend here, my dear Libra friend. Now, let's see this. Okay, now this is the Three of Cups. The waterfalls are energy flowing forth from the source to the earth, being grounded. Literally a fall from heaven to earth. From there they rise again in the shape of a tree. Now the silhouette of the tree is somewhat chaotic here, isn't it? Branches winding and reaching up and reaching for each other. Some of them are strong and thick. They look like they are hard from age, and some look thin and spindly, some new and still flexible. They go in every direction, but they always go up and out, never where they started. The result is a beautiful, one-of-a-kind tree, an individual growing to the sun. Now, really, this is the Lord of abundance. Abundance, emotional abundance. It's Mercury in the second decan of Cancer, 2nd to the 11th of July. Mercury in Cancer. Well, Cancer is the most maternal of the signs, and well placed with this number 3 here, I think, because the 3 for me has a very much an association with the growing, with development, with growth, with extension, almost like the carriage of a child within the flesh of a woman in pregnancy. And Cancer people can communicate with feeling, conveying a sensitive, withdrawn and thoughtful nature, and they can be gentle, intuitive as well. Now, between you and me, they can sometimes take things a little personally, I think, and come across as quite defensive, but probably not without cause, I suppose, to give them the benefit of the doubt there. So Mercury in Cancer, well, Mercury is about will and communication, and Cancer is about nurturing. So you'll find that you'll be able to express your feelings fully with people that you are close to, and in a way which is going to enrich your life. There is an overflowing exchange of love, rare, valuable feelings and perception which can be communicated, really communicated intimately, I think. I think probably gatherings as well, maybe family gatherings. And following on again from this card here that we spoke of on this one here, this is coming through, and it is saying that yes, there has been the real birth of an idea, or of a goal, or even of a child you might hear of. It's a time for you to be sharing success with others, and life for you is going to be feeling good. It's a good time to tell others that you love them, and it's a good time to boost the morale of others. I can't begin to tell you the karmic reward you obtain when you make other people feel good about themselves, particularly those people to whom kind gestures and words are very rarely received. Enjoy your riches at the moment, but be aware of their limitations and see them for what they are. I think with these 3 falls here, that there is an outpouring of love to 3 very significant people. And Mercury in the card is telling you to tell them, to communicate to them the love that you have. Are there any people towards whom you have not yet outwardly expressed the love that you feel for them? Give whatever you would like to now, in full awareness of your boundless riches. Say to yourself, today, life gives me everything I need to be happy. Now, our final card here is one which is particularly suitable for you, Libra. This is Justice, and it has Libra all over it. It is Venus ruling Libra with Saturn exalted. And Libra, I think, emphasizes that the energy here is all about balance and equilibrium. It's about karmic cause and effect, and about bringing a situation back into balance. I think this card is also about self-control. There's justice here being obtained by you, balance, adjustment to bring things into balance. I think there's also probably the suspension of acting pending a decision, so you're not going to be rushing at anything like a bull at a gate. Sometimes you can see things like marriages, contracts even can be signed during this period, but certainly also the balancing of opposites. I think that this is a period where you are also going to be doing some sort of stock taking in your life to see what is useful and what should be let go, thinking clearly about life ahead, and being aware that all actions have consequences, getting a clear vision of possibilities and choices ahead of you, and applying your insights so far that you have achieved to live a balanced life. And I think that this is also about you discovering and then following your true path and what gives your life the most meaning. Fantastic set of cards. Well done, Libra. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading as much as I did providing it to you. It's my great pleasure to provide these monthly readings for you. So, of course, just please like and subscribe. It does actually help the channel, and it would help me be seen by a number of other people as well. You were fantastic during that reading. You did a really good job. Now, the only other thing that's left for me to say is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.